probably the most frustrating amount of assets to have outside of the family home for a home owning couple at the age of 67. That value is about $1,074,000, $75,000 in assets outside of the family home. And the reason for that is that is the number where the pension finally caps out. So if you've got somewhere between 480,000 ish and $1,074,000, you're going to get a part age pension, right? And it gradually goes down the higher you go up. But as soon as you go over that, bang, it's cut off. Which, the actual pension part of it's not actually the most frustrating bit, because you're only getting a little bit anyway if you're just under the limit. But what happens is that you don't get access to the pensioners concession card, so the pensioners healthcare card, as otherwise sometimes referred to, and that gives you a whole range of discounts on things. Rates, electricity bills, healthcare, doctor's visits are the main things. And it's a really, really valued entitlement for the pensioners out there. If you want to know a little bit more about what you get for it, look it up on the internet. But it's probably one of the most sort of contentious numbers we get when we're talking to clients, when they realise, hang on, we're just over. So that's the bad news, is if you're just over, you sort of don't qualify for it. But the good news is there are some ways that you can go about getting under if you want to, although I'm not a believer in sort of throwing money away just to get under and get the healthcare card, because it's not as great sometimes as people make it sound. But if you do want to get under that limit and get the card, then there are some things you can do. You can buy funeral bonds for a certain amount that aren't included in the assets test. You can invest potentially in annuities that offer discounts in the assets test that can potentially get under. You can gift a certain amount to people, although there's limits on that. It's at the maximum $10,000 a year, up to $30,000 over a 5-year period. There's some things you can do to sort of slip under there and get your card. But that's probably the most frustrating amount. But again, I don't want to overemphasize that. I still think it's a pretty bloody good amount to have, and I wouldn't be complaining too much if I was there, because you're going to be living a pretty good standard of living with that amount in super if you own your house outright as a couple.